Welcome to RPM's second programme of the Donnelly Group Circuit of Ireland Rally. Today's action is based all around Armagh, with 6 torturous tests before we head to Lisburn for the second of the City Centre Super Specials. We start with the IRC.
Armagh, the city of bishops' palaces and cathedrals, is the base for day 2 of the Circuit of Ireland Rally. Under the spires, the Intercontinental Rally Championship imports, along with the Irish Tarmac Championship regulars, have set up their tents to give the Irish event an international air of excitement once again. The first day has been electrifying, with Finn Juho Hänninen leading by just 0.6 of a second, and Norwegian Andreas Mikkelsen is right on his bumper.
But to win this rally we need to push, so Juho is not making the job easy. I never won a proper tarmac rally before, so maybe it can come here, we'll see.
Czech star Jan Kopecky is third, with top Irish driver Alistair Fisher in fourth and on the attack.
20 seconds, it's not too bad. We'll see how we go in this first one, but maybe perhaps Hänninen and Mikkelsen's battling hard at the front, so we'll just try and keep our noses clean and stay out of trouble.
Matthew Arzeno is 14 seconds behind Alistair, with Robert Barrable a further 16 seconds down. Craig Breen is 7th due to a 1 minute 30 second road penalty on the first day, and Gary Jennings is 8th and leading Group N.
Yeah, I think we're just going to treat it as a brand new rally today. Yeah, we're probably up to it this morning. You know, we learned last night that the conditions out here can be very, very tricky, and the weather's got a big part to play, but it's a lot clearer today now.
Marty McCormick leads the two-wheel drive race despite bending a back beam on a wall in his Citroën DS3 R3. The IRC, the second biggest rally series in the world, was expected to bring excitement, and just look at the leaderboard. Only 48 seconds separate the top 4. But day 2 will be a tough one, starting with the 25-kilometre Red Rock stage, and Keady, Benbear, Banbridge and the Lisburn Power stage will all be visited by our Swift friends.
Juho Hänninen is first onto Red Rock, and he sets a scorching time of 13 minutes 41 seconds, but amazingly he'll lose the lead to Mikkelsen here. An all-out attack here on Drumhillery, however, sees him recoup the lead with some spectacular driving. Just watch the master at work. The IRC champions are giving us an unforgettable display, and Juho is still only a slender 2.3 seconds ahead after stage 11. Andreas is attack all the way in the UK Skoda. You've seen how the Finn did it, now watch the Norwegian way. At these speeds something has got to give, and it does, with Mikkelsen on stage 8. More time to be made up, and on Red Rock 2, Andreas is getting decidedly ragged. Jan Kopecky isn't hanging about either. The Czech driver is now 1 minute 27 seconds behind the leader, and watching his mirrors as Alistair Fisher is just 20 seconds behind him. But Ireland's hopes are shattered just 4 corners into the first stage of the day.
First stage this morning, we just got caught out on some gravel over a 2 left, and just spot us into the bank with the back of the car, and basically damaged the front left and the rear right wheel. But apart from that, there's just really bumper damage. But it was the wheels were so far out, the steering was so far out of line, we couldn't really continue.
Matthew Arzeno moves up a place to 4th in his impressive Irish debut. Robert Barrable seems to be in a cattle rustling mood. But despite this field trip, Rob is now the leading Irish driver in 5th place. Look at Craig Breen go as he moves ahead in the Irish IRC honours, wringing the neck out of his 207 Super 2000. The German and former circuit racer Sepp Wiegand must be no stranger to the catch fencing. He's 7th.
100.
It's quieter in a production car, but you've got to be just as brave.
Flat to right, brave. Into flat left 60. Flat left over crest max, brave, 200 up.
Gary Jennings and Barry McNulty are 8th, and now in a comfortable Group N lead.
Fast 4 right. And the wipeout
The Group
left
N
on
Lancers may be no match for the Super 2000s, but in the hands of a driver like Jennings, they can be every bit as spectacular. Gary has extended his Group N lead over second place Sam Moffat, who has anti-lag problems. However, the Monaghan man is impressive again, just as he was in Galway. Mark Donnelly is another extremely quick Group N merchant, but sadly he'll retire on stage 9. That helps Donna Kelly up to 3rd in Group N and 10th overall as he powers through the Red Rock stage.
1 right, 60, 1 right over crest and dip.
There's no room for error on these high-speed Armagh back roads. But Donna's confidence is up in the Airtricity Lancer, and he's closing on second place Sam Moffat.
3 left and 5 right.
Donna and Kevin are now just 17 seconds behind.
Right tightens 2 at the pole.
Marty McCormick gives a little time away here, but his DS3 is in gearbox trouble, and the French mechanics gallantly change the offending unit in a record 28 minutes. Formidable. Tommy Doyle briefly takes the two-wheel drive lead in his R3 Clio. Alan Ring retires with a fuel pump failure on stage 9. Josh, the junior Moffat, is 12th, another fast family member from the Monaghan rallying dynasty. And the Mitsubishi parade continues. We look down on Willie Mavitti in 13th place. Daniel Barry having a wild time 17 seconds behind him. But Stanley Ballantyne will retire on stage 9. Johnny Greer is 3rd in the two-wheel drive race, albeit over 2.5 minutes behind the leaders. Limerick's Kevin O'Connor leads the Citroën Racing Trophy Ireland runners in his C2R2 Max. Donegal's Joe McGonigal started the day 3rd in the Citroën race in his Maxwell C2, but is set to move up. With €3,000 at stake for first prize, there's a lot to fight for, and Joe is closing in on second place David Carney. Stage 8. And that's Carney ahead. It's easy pickings this time, as Carney's car has broken a drive shaft. Here's another unhappy crew, Alan Carmichael and Neil Doherty.
1 left over 2 crest jumps and tightens.
Their Group N Lancer Evo 9 is suffering engine problems, and it's a rather despondent Neil Doherty who reads the pace notes. A turbo change in the second of the day's Armagh City Hotel service points will help the crew as they set about improving on their 21st place. When you're that far back, you can get a little overexcited at times. Now it's time to find out what's happening in the other and equally entertaining rally, the battle for Irish Tarmac Championship honours.
Overnight, McGarrity's today car, the WRC Mini, was 3rd. Eugene Donnelly's yesterday car, the WRC Corolla, was 2nd and closing on the national rally leader after a storming run through the night stage. But it's tomorrow man Darren Glass who leads the field, and today he's on his home stages, and one runs right past his back door.
I mean, at stages you know you can become complacent and make a small mistake on somewhere you think you can go faster on. So I would say the pressure's definitely on him slightly, but that doesn't take it away. Knowledge, you can't beat knowledge.
Derek McGarrity needs to cure a brake problem on the Mini before he can attack.
Darren's going very hard, as is Eugene, and you're in Darren's backyard here today, so he's going to probably go harder again. I'm not giving up just yet. Okay, the gap's 1 minute, but anything can happen. It's a long rally. We'll give it a push for a few stages, see where we go.
Glass, Donnelly or McGarrity, we're back with the Irish Tarmac Aces after the break. The pace is up and Armagh has turned out to see its new rallying hero Darren Gass leading the national section of the Donnelly Group Circuit of Ireland Rally. And this young man is on some pace.
3 right, 2 left over crest, flowing through here, crest in the 40 down 5 right, back, 5 right, here.
The 23-year-old is set to demoralise the opposition as he takes 36 seconds from Eugene Donnelly on this 25-kilometre stage. He also equals Juho Hannonen's second fastest overall time. Just watch Darren, co-driver Enda Sherry and their S10 Impreza go. This is not just good, it's brilliant. By stage 10 they lead by 1 minute 20 seconds. There is no doubt that Eugene Donnelly's Corolla is an older machine, and here on that opening stage of the day, he doesn't look like a driver that is set to lose over half a minute to his rival.
60.
The 5 times tarmac champion knew it was going to be a difficult day, and at this stage he's settling for tarmac championship points. If you could call driving like this settling for a position.
Over what I care. Slight right of the straight big jump. 80 brake, 3 right tightens over crest. And 3 left tightens over bump.
Derek McGarity has had a difficult morning with the Mini, with one overshoot and brake problems, and he surrenders his 3rd place to Kenny McKinstry, who has his own dramas with his stage 8 puncture. But worse is to come as he retires with an overheating engine. Frank Kelly's Mark II also retires with a broken half shaft, but Steve Perez, who had his Lancia Stratus here last year, is now 4th and within 10 seconds of Derek McGarity in 3rd place. Adrian Hetherington and Gary Nolan are 5th and comfortably leading the two-wheel drives in the Nationals after a storming morning. Antrim's Drew Stewart has a slipping clutch but leads the 2-litre class. But John Waring's in trouble here in the gravel, 17 seconds back in 7th place. Jeffrey Dolan's gone Hetherington green, but he's soon to retire, and Wesley Patterson is mixing it with the modifieds in his historic Escort in 8th, and Raymond Conlon turns into Dernesai Road in 9th in his 2-litre Corolla. Ray Brammer, now 10th, gets away with it in the gravel. Trevor Ferguson leads Group N in 11th place, and he has some supporters. And oh, Fintan McGrady, don't throw away that 12th position. Clive Kilpatrick is running out of road in 13th, as we go on board with the ever-exuberant Vivian Hamill and Graham Henderson, who are 1 place behind the Evo in their Mark II Escort. The Ballygawley driver is a loose surface expert, and this weekend, with the gravelly roads and the dirt being pulled out by the cars in front, his forestry techniques are being very useful.
Turn 6 left on the wide road, 100.
Vivian is having a ball, but the Mark II will not make the finish due to a mechanical failure.
And 2 right long, tightens 60, 60 and 5 right at the bottom. 60.
But boy, was it fun while it lasted. Back to the leaders, and with 4 stages to go, Steve Perez holds 4th, just 10 seconds behind Derek McGarty's Mini. Eugene Donnelly is now over a minute behind the Flying Gas.
I knew we were going to struggle a bit today with Darren with the local knowledge. Like he is definitely on a good pace on those stages where where he knows. Well, no, I'm pretty happy. It's a good place to be from a championship point of view. Good to get the points. I'm reasonably happy. I would like obviously to be on his pace, but I'm not, and I just have to accept that.
Body over bump, 2 right.
Just watch this. Darren Gass is in mighty form today as he dominates the Nationals.
4 left and 1 square right.
In fact, his stage times would currently have him in 4th place amongst the professional IRC runners.
Had a good go on them 3 stages this morning and opened it up a bit. It's just a case now getting it to the finish, I think.
1 minute 22 seconds ahead, only a disaster can prevent Gass from taking his 2nd tarmac win this season.
4 tests to go, and among the IRC runners, Donna Kelly is 17 seconds behind Sam Moffat, and 3rd IRC runner in Group N.
We speeded up now in the last loop, better tyre choice, pushed on a good bit, so we closed the gap to Sam a little bit. Don't know if we're going to have enough stage miles left to catch him, but certainly enjoyed the last 3.
Moffat in 9th is trying to hold on, but his Evo is down on par. Gary Jennings is now 35 seconds ahead of Sam and continues to lead Group N.
Yeah, real good look that time. We quadrupled our lead in Group N, so yeah, that's what we're here to do now. So if we can just keep it nice and steady to the end, it should be a good day.
The 22-year-old German Sepp Wiegand is 7th at this point, with Robert Barrable 6th and content with that position in the Skoda Ireland car.
The plan is going to stay where we are. We're happy enough. We're not going to take any big chances. It's close to the end, so just a matter of getting the car home now.
Craig Breen is the top Irish driver in 5th. It's been a great recovery.
Yeah, we made some big steps forward into the last overs and made some changes to the rear damper. So it's the car's performing a lot better now, and we've made some inroads into the. Obviously we got ahead of Robert now into the top 5. So it's a positive step, which is probably the first positive step we made in the rally. So I'm quite happy.
Teammate Matteo Arzeno is an impressive 4th. The Peugeots, however, not seeming to have the legs of the Skodas ahead, as Jan Kopecky looked secure in 3rd. Andreas Mikkelsen is not settling for secure. He's just 2.3 seconds behind the leader and going for it.
We closed the gap to Juho. We had a big attack the second time through the stages, and a big push. So it will be interesting for the last 4 stages.
The next 2 stages are around Lisburn. It's a spectator stage, but it's more important now because the rally's so close.
Yeah, we can't afford to lose anything there. We need to attack and do the best job we can on the stage.
Over 10,000 people flocked to Lisburn city centre in 2011 to watch the power stage in the sunshine. The sun may have departed, but the interest hasn't, with Finnish, Norwegian, Czechoslovak, German and French drivers in their Super 2000 cars adding to the high-speed spectacle.
There are 2 runs over this power stage and then 2 final stages to home, as we honour this year's trophy winners on the Donnelly Group Circuit of Ireland Rally.
The drizzle hasn't dampened the crowd's enthusiasm, but it has changed the road surface as the leader, Hannanen, sets off on his first run. Some say you can't win a rally on this type of test, but you can lose one. Oh boy, was that about to come true. Andreas Mikkelsen rockets off the line, intent on reducing that 2.3 second deficit. It's a mystery mishap, and that heavy impact has dazed the Norwegian. What went wrong there? Could it have been a wrong note or just that greasier surface? The Skoda driver continues but drops 40 seconds and the circuit win has gone. Fun for all at Lisburn then, except Andreas. At last, there's some joy for Alan Carmichael, who scrapes into the top 20, having cured the Evo's problems. And so to the other IRC category winners. Joe McGonigal is the fastest 2-wheel drive and an amazing 8th fastest in the IRC around Lisburn. He sets another cracking time here on the Banbridge stage to end the rally in 18th place and 2nd of the Citroën Trophy runners. Kevin O'Connor takes the trophy honours in 17th, with Johnny Greer 16th and Daniel Barry 15th despite his problems. Willie Mavitti jumps to 14th. Josh Moffat is in the tarmac points again in 13th. And Tommy Doyle is 12th and 2nd in the 2-wheel drive race. Marty McCormick wins the 2-wheel drives in 11th and the Colin McRae Vision Trophy for his spectacular drive. Sam Moffat slipped to 3rd in Group N, but 10th overall is an excellent result for the Motorsport Ireland Coleman Award winner. After their slow start, Donna Kelly and Kevin Flanagan speeded up to finish just 4.6 seconds ahead of Sam and grabbed some useful tarmac points from the Monaghan driver.
Flat one right at the fence.
Gary Jennings in 8th looks in good shape to defend his Tarmac Championship Group N title with his 2nd production win in a row in 2012.
Yeah, it's great. It opens up a lot of other things you can do as well. There's more rounds of IRC. There's what people are talking about here that would like us to go over. So that's fantastic. But yeah, also to extend their lead in the Tarmac Championship is even better. So yeah, good weekend.
Sepp Wiegand is a fine 7th on his first taste of these roads, with Robert Barrable finishing 6th in the Skoda Ireland car. Craig Breen's childhood hero, the late Frank Marr, won the circuit in 1992, and now Craig is 5th and the top Irish finisher.
Yeah, delighted to come home to the finish, and yeah, to be first Irishman home is a good thing. It was 20 years ago since my hero won the rally, so to finish back top Irish, it's a good feeling.
His teammate Matthew Arzeno also impressed in 4th place.
Yes, I'm very happy. It's a difficult but beautiful rally, and I'm very happy to be at the end of the rally because it's very, very slippery and difficult to finish.
Jan Kopecky didn't put a wheel wrong all weekend and completed a 1-2-3 for Skoda. Andreas Mikkelsen gave it everything, but it was that Lisburn hairpin that almost KO'd the Norwegian. The two Skoda IRC champions had the Irish fans on their toes throughout the event. In the end, something had to give, and it did in Lisburn.
We made a mistake and we hit the bales quite hard, so we lost a lot of seconds. So it's a shame. It was a big fight with Euro. My hat off for him. He had done a fantastic rally and big fight all weekend. I enjoyed it very much, and I must say the pace myself and Euro had this weekend is maybe a little bit too crazy for this type of road.
Juho Hannanen becomes only the second driver from outside Britain and Ireland to win this rally, and on his very first attempt.
I think this is one of the most difficult tarmac rally, at least in the world. I cannot say in the world, I haven't done so many, but what I have done, kind of compare for those one. And first time, as you say, over here, only 2 times on the recce, and after recce I was quite confused. I don't know what I should do over here. Stages feel so difficult, but with the rally car I felt much more confident. I really enjoyed. I was even able to enjoy and have fun, so it was the main thing.
An amazing result for the Flying Finn and an amazing display, but there are other winners as we round up the National Rally, and Arnie Luton takes Class 3 with Peter O'Kane, the Class 1 winner. Davy Armstrong does some bale bashing in Lisburn as Raymond Doyle takes Class 5. Chris Sims wins Class 6. And Clive Kilpatrick, Class 9B in his Evo 5. Group N winner and 10th overall is Trevor Ferguson. John Waring is 9th overall. And Ray Brammer climbs to 8th behind Wesley Patterson's historic Mark II. Drew Stewart is 6th and wins Class 7. And Adrian Hetherington 5th and top two-wheel drive in the National. 4th place is Steve Perez's reward, despite a late trip into a field, whilst Derek McGarrity is fastest of all round Lisburn on his way to 3rd. And Eugene Donnelly claims another 2nd place.
2 different cars, 2 very different types of events, and the same winner on the 2 of them, and I'm 2nd on both of them as well, so I hope that's not the way it's going to continue. We'll go to Killarney now, and I'm not just quite sure what car we'll be in, but we'll see what happens, but looking forward to that.
In Galway, Darren Gass benefited greatly from the dramas around him, but this time the 23-year-old simply beat them all to take his 2nd Irish Tarmac Rally victory.
Yeah, great rally all. These 2 days has been faultless, like it's been very, very tricky stages, and it's been a long day of the day, but delighted the way it's finished up now.
That leaves Darren with a 12-point championship lead after 2 of the 6 rounds. That was not expected. What an interesting year this is becoming.
The first IRC visit to Ireland has been a huge success, and hopefully it'll be back. Next on the Irish Tarmac Trail is Killarney, Rally of the Lakes, and RPM will be there to see if Darren Gass can hold on to his Irish Tarmac Championship lead.